Hey guys, so this is just going to be a short video just giving you just a quick overview on how to get onto CityWorks. We will be transitioning over to CityWorks for utility permitting. We will no longer be using the Excel spreadsheet after July 1st. So I wanted to kind of go through this with you guys real quick. It's pretty simple, but I thought that it would be helpful. The first thing that you want to do is go out to the website. They have changed the utility right-of-way management permitting page. And so you want to go out there as well as send your clients out there who are doing donated projects so that they can access the CityWorks portal. So you want to go to, obviously right here is all of the links. Above that, if any of your clients who are doing donated projects have questions, they can contact utility right-of-way by using the old right-of-way use email address. So the email address that we were using where you would submit your permits, now that's just going to be used for comments and questions, and Linda Passant will be fielding all of those questions. And then as far as submitting plans to us, CityWorks will not allow you to attach anything. You cannot attach any documents. So once you complete your application online, you will have to email your plans to utilityworkpermit@charlottenc.gov. Okay, so that's where you would submit plans only, and questions and comments is to the older right-of-way use email address. Okay, so to get into the portal, you would just click on CityWorks Citizen Portal. And of course, when you have an opportunity, you want to go ahead and save this page as your favorite. You can go ahead and just sign up. So if you click on sign up, I don't think it's asking you for too much information. Okay, so the first thing is just your email, selecting a password, and then your contact information in here, and then just register, okay? So since I've already done that, I'm just gonna go back and sign in. Okay, so once you get into the application, you will see 3 tabs up here at the top. It's going to show you any right-of-way permits that you have not completed. And then, of course, they will show you also the ones that have been submitted. And these are just test ones that I'm doing. And then any, obviously, permits that have been closed out. Okay, so I think that that would be helpful. So now what we're going to do is click on Create New Permit Application. Okay, so after you click on Create New Permit Application, this is the screen that you're going to get. You want to select this last item here, Utility Right-of-Way Permit. And so once you click on that radio box, this disclaimer is going to come up, and it's basically going to tell you that you need to have a master permit in order to submit an application, that you need to have a certified excavator listed on your permit, and certified means that they have gone through the CDOT street maintenance certification class so that they're listed in CityWorks. If they're not listed in CityWorks, then they're not a certified excavator. You have 3 days to submit your utility plans once you have completed the application process, as well as any traffic control plans. Okay, so you just want to hit OK, and then it will tell you to begin application. There are 5 steps to this application. So the first step, of course, is to go ahead and put in a project name and put a location of where the project's going to be. So I'm just going to do a sample one. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a sample permit. So I'm going to put in a name for my permit. I would prefer that if you are submitting a delayed permit, that you put in delayed first. just with the dash, and then put in the name of the project to alert me that this is a delayed permit. Okay, so I'm just going to take that out. So if it's delayed, please indicate delayed in the title. And as far as the address, you can try to get as close to the address as possible, or you can put in a intersection. So once I put that address in, it's going to go and try to locate this. And then basically all you would have to do is just select one of the suggestions below. Okay, or you can put in a intersection. And it will bring up that suggestion and you can go ahead and just select it. Okay, so just showing you can put in a physical address or you can put in cross streets, intersections. So we'll go to next. Okay, so now we're on to step number 2. So utility company contact. This is where you would want to click on use my information. This is primarily for the person who is going to be, you can use this section here for the person who's actually going to be filling this out, the person who's actually going to be submitting this. Okay, you would use my information again if you're also going to be the utility applicant or the utility contact. So this is the person, even though this says utility company contact, this could just be the person who's actually completing this process, putting all the information in. Really, the person that the inspectors is going to want to contact, or the contact for this project, this is where that information should go. So I'm just going to say that I'm submitting this information for someone else. So I'm going to go ahead and just make sure that I fill out all of the areas that are highlighted in red, because obviously you won't be able to go to the next step without doing that, because those are required fields. So I'm going to actually put in the contact person for this project. Okay, so I'm the person who's actually filling this out, but Zach is going to be the contact person for this project. So now I'm going to go ahead and put in my contractor information. If you notice up here, it says contractor company / developer. So if this is a donated project, then you would want to go ahead and put the developer information here, and then scroll down and put the contractor, construction contractor right here, okay? And that is for donated projects. So I want to note, when you were filling out the Excel spreadsheet, you weren't required to put the address in there. None of the fields on the contractor is required, so don't feel like you have to have the email address, especially if it really is impertinent. The only thing you need to do is just make sure that we have a contact number for the individual at the contracting company. Okay, so don't worry about the email address if you don't have it. I just wanted to go over real quick how to put in a delayed permit in CityWorks. So as I mentioned before, if you could just type in delayed in the front of your title. Then hit next. I'm going to go ahead and use my information. Then I'm going to go ahead and put in the utility applicant contact for this project. Okay, so when you come to this section here, obviously you don't know your contractor yet. So that's when you just want to go ahead and just type in an A, preferred number, just put in 704-555, just make up a number. And then I would just put none at none.com or whatever. You know, just put in a 555000 number, put in NA, And then so it doesn't come back at you and say this isn't a valid email address, just put in none@none.com or something along those lines. Okay. It's just going to tell me that, okay, this is a delayed permit and there's no info for that. And that's just to get past the system so you can get to the next section. For certified excavator, you don't have to worry about this. It's not going to require that you put anything in there. You can just hit next and go to step 4. Okay, so once you have that information all filled out, then you want to go ahead and go to the next step. This is where you're going to select your certified excavator. So you will not be able to type anything in. You'll have to click on select certified excavator. And then you have your search feature right here. So just click right in front of that search icon. And you can put in either the company name or the person's full name or last name. Once you locate the certified excavator, just go ahead and check that box and then hit submit. If you have to select more than one certified excavator, click on select certified excavators again. Okay, and then just kind of hit that backspace key to clear out the section right in front to clear out the search box rather, and then type in the name of the next person that you want to add. Okay, and once the person comes up, once again, just click that checkbox and hit submit. And you'll see that both of them are selected. So once you've selected all of your certified excavators, go ahead and hit next. And this is step number 4. So this is where you're actually going to be putting in the meat of your right-of-way permit. So you want to go ahead and put your project name in. Under external project ID, that's where you're going to go ahead and put in your project ID or work order number. Then you want to click on that drop down arrow at work type, and it's obviously going to be either your standard utility right-of-way permit or donated utility project. Right here is where you're going to put in your proposed start date. So I just want to note that when you select your start date, just click on the little calendar icon right here, select your start date, and then you may need to scroll down a little bit because this is kind of funky, and then click on done. Now, there is no way for you to select an end date because all permits are going to expire 6 months after you submit them. If you need to extend them, then you have to reach out to your CDOT inspector that's assigned to you. He will be the one to extend the permit. So just put in the date that you want to start or the proposed date you want to start. Next, you want to go over to work description, and that's pretty much self-explanatory. Okay, and then location description, same thing, same type of info that you would put in there if you were doing the permit the old way, putting the information into the Excel spreadsheet. Then you want to click down to utility company, and that is also a drop-down box. So you want to go ahead and make sure that you put that info in there. And then installation method. So these are obviously all check boxes, and that's pretty self-explanatory. So I don't need to get too wordy on that. And then signals, if your work is going to be affecting a signal, if there's going to be a street closure, if you're going to be in the cat's right-of-way, meters, manholes, handholds, vaults, manholes. Okay, so I'm just going to check yes for manholes. And then underground material being installed. So again, another drop-down box. And I'm going to select my water sewer PVC. And you have two more areas where you can specify any other type of install that is also going to be included in your project. Okay. Then you come down to underground total length of running line. So I'm going to put 200 in there. So that's going to take a numeric value right there. And then it's asking if you're going to have any above ground materials being installed. You do have to select a value here. Most likely Charlotte Water is not going to have any above ground or aerial type stuff going on. So you have to select NA here. You do have to put a value in here or you will not be able to go to the next step. And then here I would just put 0. Small wireless facilities. Well, we know that's not for Charlotte Water, so we don't have to worry about that. But I don't know if it's still going to ask you for a value. So I would just put 0 there for number of small wireless facility poles and then hit next. Okay, so the last step of this, step 5, just talks about payment. So obviously we don't collect payment for entering right-of-way permits, but you will see this if there are any fines that are assessed by the CDOT inspectors for whatever reason. If there's a fine assessed against your particular install project for some reason, you would see that information here, okay? So before you hit submit, this is that last green button here on the side, on the right-hand side. So before you hit submit, because once you hit submit, you can't change anything. You would literally have to reach out to us for us to make the adjustment, but you would not be able to change anything. So before you do that, you're not going to get it. Obviously, you didn't get a preview page. You're on the last step. There's no preview page. There's no button that says preview before submittal. So you would literally have to go through each section and just kind of look through those sections to make sure that all the information is correct. So you can just scroll through each section by clicking on the number to the side here on the left, and then just scrolling through, and again, just double checking, making sure that everything is in order. Okay, so once you've done that and just kind of gone through one quick time before you submit, which I strongly suggest you do, then you would want to go ahead and hit that submit button. So I'm just going to go to step 5. And again, you navigate around by clicking on each number of the steps that you've gone through and filled out, okay? By clicking on the green numbers. Now that you've checked everything, you can go ahead and hit submit. And it's going to give you terms and conditions. And once again, remind you that you have 3 days after submitting this application to go ahead and email your utility plans to CDOT at utilityworkpermits@charlottenc.gov. You've got that 3 days to go ahead and submit that information as well as any traffic control plans, and then just hit accept and hit submit. So once you hit submit, that's when you actually get the summary page, okay? You don't get it before you hit submit, you get it afterwards. So now you can pretty much just kind of look through it. This is a copy and it's just showing you everything that you submitted. And it's also going to be giving you something that you will definitely need. And if you look right here to the right-hand side, that is your permit number, okay? Your permit number is 083. So it's going to be the year. It's going to have some trailing zeros, and then 832 is your permit number, okay? So you want to use this number in the body of your email when you attach your utility right-of-way plans and email them to us. That way we can match everything up. So you will definitely need this. And that is pretty much it. I just wanted to go through this real quick with you guys. And once you get into your, once you actually start doing permits and you run across certain things, you can always reach out to me, or you can reach out to Linda through the right-of-way use at charlottenc.gov email. And yeah, so that's it, guys. So hopefully this will be helpful for you. Just to give you a quick little overview. Again, if you have questions, feel free to reach out to me via email, or you can contact me. Just reach out to me through email and I'll try to help you out. So that's it, guys. Okay, talk to you soon.